All right. Well, folks, if you think Joe Biden's response to the Chinese balloons and the other flying saucers is baffling, wait till you get to the part about the budget deficit and spending in general. Biden keeps telling folks that Republicans are going to cut Medicare and Social Security, which is a complete untruth. Speaker Kevin McCarthy has ruled that off the table, but you know that. Then Biden is this made-up number. Republicans want to add $3 trillion to the deficit, which is basically focused on the Trump tax cuts, which we have already learned paid for themselves with a $250 billion revenue surplus after the first 2 years. But you already know that also. Now, today, Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said this. I can't figure it out, but take a listen.
The president has been very clear. You see it in his record, $1.7 trillion. Then you're going to see it again when he puts his budget out on March 9th. I'm not going to get ahead of the president. I'm just saying what he laid out to all of you yesterday, $2 trillion. He's going to lower the deficit, and that shows fiscal responsibility. And that's something that the president has talked about as vice president, as senator, and he's shown it. He has the receipts.
Man, vice president, senator, president, $2 trillion, $1.7 trillion. If you can figure all that out and what it means, you're a very smart person. I say that to my viewers. But look, I think the basic point here is that President Biden is trying to take credit for the lower deficit for fiscal year 2022. That was last year. By all accounts, including the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, a function of expiring emergency COVID spending. That's all. By the way, this year already, they're running twice as much. So it could be a gigantic number. But if you then look at the CBO report out yesterday, you will see the deficits go up, not down. I just want to make that point. They go up. They go way up. In fact, they go from $1.4 trillion in 23 all the way up to $2.85 trillion in 2033. And they go up steadily year after year after year. And they total $20 trillion. That's right. $20 trillion of new deficits on the CBO scorecard. This is not down, Mr. President. This is up. We have a fundamental directional disagreement. 20 trillion more deficits, up, not down, just saying. Meanwhile, debt held by the public goes from 24 trillion in FY 2022 to 46 trillion in FY 2033. This, according to CBO projections. These are publicly marketable deficits. Put another way, from 97% of GDP last year to 118% in 2033. Once again, that is up, not down, sir. It's up. And I'm referring to debt held by the public. Now, the fundamental cause of the rising deficits and debt is excess federal spending, which goes from $6.2 trillion last year to nearly $10 trillion in 2023. That doesn't look right. That's probably $10 trillion in 2033. The 10-year total for spending is just short of $80 trillion. That's the total, $80 trillion in additional spending. As a share of the economy, spending continues at 24 to 25% of GDP. Now, historically, federal budgets have tended to run no higher than 20 or 21% of GDP. So when we talk about big government socialism, Mr. Biden's left-wing central planners must be very happy because they're right on target, running the economy from Washington, D.C. And by the by, estimates have been made that suggest federal, state, and local spending runs upwards of 44% of GDP. So Uncle Sam's running about a quarter of the economy, and when combined with states and localities, the central planners running nearly half of the American economy. And then just to connect the dots with all this spending, it's no wonder the CBO economic estimates, which are really mainstream economics, show another decade of secular stagnation. In other words, all this spending and borrowing gets you nowhere in terms of true prosperity. I mean, look, a good Keynesian or a good socialist should be arguing that all this massive spending will stimulate the economy to grow 3, 4, 5% or more. But in fact, they show less than 2%. In other words, socialism, as always, doesn't deliver the goods, does it? Because all that spending distorts the economy, and it comes with massive regulatory strings. Think about Steve Forbes' modern socialism through the regulatory state. And then there's plenty of taxation to blunt employment, production, and investment incentives. I mean, think around the world. Have these socialist models ever delivered the goods? I mean, historically, is Venezuela going at a rapid rate? Are their people really happy? Iran? Even China, which has thrown away its market reforms, they've come down from 15 to 20% growth to less than 3% and falling. So the answer is no, it didn't deliver. All this radical economics doesn't work, doesn't make people happy. I mean, if I were the Bidens, I'd want to proudly exclaim to the country what a great success our big government policies have produced. But the only thing it's really produced is high inflation, which makes people very unhappy, which is not the socialist paradise we've been promised. All right, enough already. I got it. Let me just summarize quickly. Save America, spend less, tax less, regulate less, inflate less, and restore free market capitalism. That's my wish. Just a wish. That's my riff.